Hello, beautiful. Natasha here with another rant recap of And Just Like That, Season 2, Episode 3. So, get whatever it is you like to sip on, get you a snack, and we're just gonna go through this in whatever kind of order, it doesn't matter. But anyway, starts off with Lizette. And Lizette, if you remember from the first season, she's Carrie's neighbor, the one that's the designer. Remember, they originally thought that she was a escort, but actually she's a jewelry designer. So she's having a show. She invites Carrie to come. And I really like their relationship because it reminds me of like the younger women that I know that I give my advice to, and they're like, oh, you got it so together, you know everything, you're so cool. And it's like, they don't know it's 9 a.m. and I'm 3 mimosas in. So then Seema, at the same time, she gets her Birkin stolen. So she's got this Birkin. And I got the same one, I have the exact same handbag that I got off. Remember Just Fab? Or was it Fab? Remember where they would like, for $39.99, they'd send you a pair of shoes every month? So anyway, so her bag gets stolen. So she's going through it. Carrie is reading her book and she's on chapter 3 about, her husband passing. And I really felt that because that was a very emotional scene. And, like you guys know, I lost my soulmate 2 last year, so it was a year in March. But anyway, so Carrie, of course, she's having a hard time doing that. And Shay and Miranda are doing the script. And I don't think we're gonna get rid of Shay because like I've told you, I've been listening to the writer's room and they love them some Shay. So I think, because I'm like, why is Shay even attracted to Miranda acting like this? I could see her liking the old Miranda, but I guess they're probably gonna bring it in as to Shay has mommy issues or something. I don't know, but yeah, I'm sick of Shay and Miranda. Shay is just, like I said, they is a combination of all the bad relationships, So Shay's getting worried because, of course, she's got this script in Hollywood and it's supposed to be about her life. And, of course, they're completely changing it and just making them a new person, which is how they do in Hollywood. So go back to Naya and LW are recording, right? And Naya's helping LW with her documentary. And anyway, there is this fine chocolate sound guy. I am all here for him. So anyway, of course, Naya's feeling a little something for him. And, basically she gives him her number, whatever. But it's so funny because Carrie has a sound guy that's super stinky. That's usually how the sound guys are, I'm sorry. But anyway, she got a sound guy who's super stinky, but Naya got a fine sound guy. So anyway, next scene, Naya and, is it Charlotte? Charlotte and Carrie are at lunch. And Charlotte's such a good friend. Like, Charlotte definitely reminds me of my best friend. So much alike. Even, we used to say she was the Charlotte. So she's worried about Carrie like she always is. Then LW and Naya come to lunch, and I love seeing all these new characters just meshing, okay? You know it. I'm obsessed with the new writer they have, Susan. She's of Haitian descent, and, I'm mixed with Haitian. So, anyway, there's some kind of MILF list going on at the school. And of course, Charlotte and LW get the MILF list, and they're all happy that they get the MILF list. And then, Naya's kind of making fun of them. Anyway, then we go back. Carrie's reading, the 3rd chapter. She's about to go back to read the 3rd chapter, and she sees Mitzi. And Mitzi's the one who in Sex and the City married Nathan Lane, where everybody thought that, she was marrying a gay man. But anyway, they had a wonderful marriage, lasted years, and he passed. And Mitzi, tells Carrie, like, I know it's hard. The second year is even worse. And I can see that, just from my own experience. And this is something I just thought that was so beautiful. And, we can always use this when you lose somebody or something, but it's the hole never fills, but new life will grow around it. I just thought that was awesome. So she tells, Carrie, go do what you love. And Carrie goes shopping, and we all love to see Carrie shopping. I was shopping vicariously through her. So she has beautiful things, and I love the way they did her new apartment, because remember, well, it's her old apartment, but the way they remodeled it and everything, because I remember she and Aiden were buying the apartment next door and knocking it down. So I don't know, it looks like, because the apartment's much bigger than it was before at Sex and the City. Now we get back to Miranda. Miranda's going to get a tattoo. Miranda, can you just go back to being Miranda? Why you gotta get a tattoo? But anyway, Miranda goes to get a tattoo, but what was good is the tattoo guy, he was a little hottie. He was cute, and I like the way they did the scene because he was like a therapist, which is true because when you do tattoos, it's just like doing hair too. You have to also be a therapist. And it reminded me of my tattoo guy because, I got my tattoo 32 years ago, but he was very attentive, just like this guy. So that was cute. Then, Charlotte and Anthony are out to lunch. And editing Natasha here. Shay is a non-binary person, and I accidentally misgendered Shay. So I apologize. Hey, I'm 49, I'm doing the best. I know Shay is a they and a them. So sorry about that. Couple glasses of champagne, being old. And back in LA, so Miranda's, going to the taping of Shay's show. And the one good thing that I can say about the second episode and this one too is Tony Danza. If you remember, he was, well, we know who America's first dad was, but Tony Danza was America's second dad. Anyway, so she goes and, Brady calls her while she's in line. And Brady, that little girl, done left Brady. Now, I did not like that little girl. I did not like that little girl, as my mom calls them, the little prostitutes. We do not like those girls. Because remember when that little girl was running around Miranda's house in her drawers? Which, first of all, makes no sense. I don't know why you letting your kid, I don't like the thing with the teenagers coming in your mama's house and doing all that. No, we don't like that. But anyway, no. So that little girl leaves poor Brady and goes off to Florence. Leaves him in Amsterdam. So this little boy is broken up. Of course he is. His girl left him. That's his little love. He been trying to call his mama. Her phone don't work. And I know how I am. Because, I'm 49. And if I try to call my mom and in 15 minutes, she's not, I'm mad. I'm like, what else does my mama have to do besides wait for me to call her? So anyway, she talks to him. He's talking about, he wishes he got ran over, everything. And she goes and she's like, go home, go to the hostel, call me, come back home. She's like, did you call your father? He's like, yeah, but I want to talk to you. Because you don't want to talk to your father. You want to talk to your mama when you get your heart broken. Steve don't care. He probably couldn't even hear him over the phone. So anyway, of course, instead of Miranda doing like she should have done, like what I would want my mama to do, would be stand outside, wait for me to call you back. Nope. She goes in there. She lies to the security guard. So you're going to get the security guard in trouble because you lie and go in there and have your phone on. And of course, in the middle of the big scene where Tony Danza's calling Shay his little cannoli, and she's supposed to start crying, the phone goes off. So everybody goes off on Miranda. It's just, now I've worked on sets and they would be mad, but I don't know about all this, about how the producer went off on Miranda. That was a little bit much, especially when she said Shay couldn't, she can't redo this scene because she's a comedian. The crying scene, first of all, comedians usually are the best actors. Like, look at Monique in them movies. Look at Jim Carrey in them serious roles, like Jamie Foxx. Comedians usually make the best actors. They outdo everybody in here, so I don't know about that. So anyway, she goes outside, talks to Brady, then she's waiting for Shay to come out. Shay, of course, is just acting like Shay. That's how them act. So anyway, Shay has no compassion for Miranda, talking about, her son, and she felt like he was so broken up, and he even talked about, letting himself get run over, and Shay's like, it's breakups. First of all, that little boy is all the way in Amsterdam, okay? We don't know crying. You don't need to be over. I've lived in Europe. I've been in Europe. You don't need to be a little redhead, just a little redhead American in Europe crying. That's not a good look. That's not good. That's just setting yourself up. That little boy needs to come home. So, and Shay's response was just what we would expect. It was very stank. Now, I have been a stepmother in training for many years, and no way in heck would I ever act like that when my significant others, or even just somebody who I was hanging with for a minute, whoever, anybody, if they talk about something's going on with their kids, that's their kids. So, like, the writer's room is trying to make Shay a likable character, but Day is not a likable character. They is not a likable, y'all are not making Shay likable. Michael Patrick King, the writer. So anyway, let's see what else happens. So Miranda, after she and Shay get into it, and then Shay kind of is like, okay, well, Miranda's like, we can't leave like this, don't be. And Shay just said something stank, like, oh, okay, like, I guess they got together. I don't know. But one thing I was glad too about this, it showed how, because you remember in Sex and the City, Miranda was always kind of like poo-pooing anything Charlotte had to say. But when it came time to be a mom, who did Miranda call? She called Charlotte. And that, like I said, Charlotte's like my best friend. If I needed to, if I have some mom issues, and I would call her, because she's an excellent mother. So anyway, then let's see what happens. So Seema and Anthony, I love these two together. They're out eating and they're waiting for Carrie. Carrie went on her shopping spree and she forgets, she done told everybody she got COVID. So then when Seema calls her, she tells her, oh, I got COVID. I can't make it to lunch. So this show, they're bringing back, how important the friendships are. So Seema, goes over and she talks to Carrie. She goes to Carrie's house, and Carrie's like, oh, I'm just faking COVID. But, Carrie's like, I don't want to keep burdening my friends and tell them, that I'm sad and that about Big dying. And I felt that because I know how it is, because it's been, over a little over a year, and I don't, and I try to not tell my friends, because I don't want to keep going in on them. I did go to grief counseling, but it's like, you don't want to keep going in and re-traumatizing your friends. So Seema came, and Seema, she's like, I wasn't there during the first one, but I'm here now. And I just thought that was really nice. And then, because this is Sex in the City, and it's a very materialistic show, they threw in the Birkin bag, like losing a spouse. But anyway, girl, go on Just Fab. I'm gonna check on Just Fab and see if they still have that bag, because that bag was cute. But that was a good scene, really good scene. And let's see, what else happened? Oh, the other thing too, it was, I don't know how I feel about this scene because everybody on Reddit has something to say about this. The Charlotte and them, anyway, the little boy who put them on the MILF list, all the moms, so it was like 5 or 6 moms, they were like, anyway, I don't know if we really, this is 2023. Do we really need to be sexualizing teenagers? I don't know about that scene. If he was 18, it would have been all right, but I don't know. Whew. I don't know about that. Oh, so then Carrie and Seema, they go to Lizette's opening, right? And it is beautiful. And Lizette got that beautiful jewelry. It's like them, the precious gemstones. It's just beautiful. The whole setup is beautiful. And let me tell you something about Carrie. Always gets on my nerves. So this man starts robbing and just starts putting stuff in his pocket. Now, I'm kind of like, is this jewelry really going to be worth anything to be stealing like this? Because it was just like rocks and precious stones. I mean, it wasn't, like, who's gonna buy this jewelry? Because the collection, this was the first collection, so it wasn't even out. So how are you gonna price it? Like, I don't know how this is gonna be on the stolen market. I really just feel like, it's a wish app type of thing. But anyway, so he's putting all this jewelry in his pockets. And this is what Carrie does. So Lizette is like, help, help, help. This man's stealing my shit. And do you know what Carrie does? She's like, oh, I have COVID. So everybody runs, makes a muck. How did that make sense? So the man's trying to steal Carrie's and Seema's stuff, and Carrie, being all about Carrie, she's like, no, don't steal my stuff. And Seema pulls out what looks like a gun. And the man's like, okay, I'm going. He doesn't take the stuff. Anyway, it's not a gun, it's a lighter. But I'm thinking, okay, if you pull out this fake gun and this man leaves, like, why don't y'all jump him? There was 2 of them. Like, they could have jumped this man. But anyway, so they don't. That man gets away, steals all of Lizette's stuff that she handmade. So then, the next scene is Lizette. So Carrie, she's trying to, this is what happens. Seema is driving off and gets stuck in traffic, gets out, finds her purse. Okay, she finds her purse on the ground, a Birkin. But anyway, this is, it's fantasy, so I guess that could be possible. But anyway, we're very happy for her. She finds her purse, and then Carrie goes down to Lizette's house. Now, Lizette doesn't open the door. Why is Carrie always busting in this girl's house? Because if y'all remember the last season, she just busted in this girl's house. I don't know, Carrie, I know you can't just become busting in my house, okay? Because I got alarms and I got it set up a certain kind of way. You can't just go busting in people's houses. I don't care if you got a key. But anyway, it's very cute because the 2 of them go and, they love up on each other, and Carrie's so helpful. So that was sweet. That was a really sweet scene. The writers are doing very good at meshing these characters together because they know how much we miss our Samantha. We still miss Samantha, but they're doing a real good job with these new characters. Then next scene, Seema and Carrie go out, and of course, who do they meet? A hot, handsome rugby team. Now see, Sex in the City, the original, Y'all had me spend up all my 20s money. I don't have no more money for my 20s and my 30s. Spend up all my money messing around with y'all. Now y'all gonna get me to move to New York because y'all are everywhere there's just fine men. They just need a fine rugby team. Like I said, I go out, nothing but hobbits. Hobbits and gremlins, that's all I need. But overall, this third episode has definitely been the best episode out of the whole series. I really enjoyed it. It's definitely worth a watch. The clothes are fabulous. Okay, everybody's looking good. Like I said, thank God they have not put Carrie in no more of them ugly buns. She's just had her hair out, looking gorgeous. Seema is fabulous. Love this show. So it is, you know, they're bringing back the fashions and the good relationships of what Sex and the City is. And it is, you know, it is relatable. I can see their growth and their aging and how they're handling it, which is good. Now, all we need them to do is just bring back our Miranda and it'll be perfect. Thank you for watching. And remember, life is too short to just think and just like that it's gonna be Sex in the City and be mad because we still got our reruns. Bye-bye.